Her name is Hiyama Saya, and although a simple weather reporter, she found her way into the hearts of millions of internet users through cute clips that garnered millions of views. She ticks all the boxes. She has nerdy hobbies like cosplaying and gaming. Huh? やめてくれよ、嘘だろ、Saya Chia, Saya. And when she finally showed up on screen after Wimbledon, there was chaos. The chat wouldn't stop spamming tennis balls and Nishioka's name on screen.
I do partially blame the Japanese industries for creating a format like that because it is Konnichiwa minasan, kyo desu. Japan's ridiculous weather woman fiasco. That's the subject I'm going to talk about today, but before that, guys, just make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Last month, the Japanese internet turned on one of its most beloved figures. Her name is Hiyama Saya, and although a simple weather reporter, she found her way into the hearts of millions of internet users through cute clips that garnered millions of views. She ticks all the boxes. She has nerdy hobbies like cosplaying and gaming.
モンスターというエナジードリンクデビューしました。徹夜でゲームするときとか飲みます。
And on top of that, she's even a bit socially awkward.
山ポーズって皆さんご存知ですか？山ポーズ。
Saya is essentially a nerdy guy's dream girl, so for some fans, the best part was, it seemed like she was single.
私、恋愛において諦めが入ってて、どうせ見抜いてくれないんだろうな、そんなことないから。
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Her 5-year career at Weather News Live, a 24/7 online weather channel hosted entirely by young women, yes, we'll get to that later, has brought her a lot of success. In addition to becoming the most popular weather woman in Japan, she was chosen by her home prefecture of Ibaraki to represent them as an ambassador. And if those weren't big enough honors already, this year the company Sharp produced special Hiyama Saya air purifiers voiced and signed by her. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Would you guys buy an air purifier voiced by me? Ohayou gozaimasu. Unfortunately for Saya, when you have millions of fans, some of them are bound to take it a bit too far. Whether through fan art, massive donations to the stream, or simply by purchasing her essay/photo book Blue Moment, members of Team Saya did everything they could to support her, and it was looking like they might get a chance to meet her in person. The Weather News Live fan meetup was coming in July, and there hadn't been one in 5 years. All of the casters were going to be there, including Saya. There was only one problem. Tickets, even at their 6,500 yen price point, were in super high demand. The 1,000-seat venue sold out in minutes. Never have a group of men been so excited about the weather. But anyways, around a week before the fan meetup, something weird started happening. Saya stopped appearing on Weather News Live. Nobody could figure out why. No Saya today or tomorrow, huh? I'm feeling a bit Saya deprived. She's off tomorrow too. What's going on? Is she taking a summer vacation or something? Saya busoku. Saya busoku.
Wow.
Does this mean she's quitting Weather News?
Wow.
Saya, please tell us that you're not leaving Weather News. But eventually, Saya was found. And not by some sleuthy detective work either. Saya, or at least someone who looked like her, was found in the last place anybody expected. Great Britain. Watching Wimbledon. Oh my god. Is that... Could it be? Yep, it was her. Saya, who had never expressed any interest in tennis before, took time off to fly all the way to the UK to watch Wimbledon?
Okay, that's
I
not
thought
bad.
she'd be at home gaming during her summer break. Wimbledon is a big shock. The match she was watching was between Daniel Gallen and the #1 ranked Japanese player, Nishioka Yoshihito. And she was in seats that are generally reserved for friends and family. Friends and family seats? The person beside Saya must be the one connected to Nishioka, right?
Not
I
all.
hope that's what's going on. Well, that isn't what was going on. The person beside Saya was her mom. And then, even more revealing footage came out. Saya had come to the UK with her mom to be Nishioka's special guest at Wimbledon. This has to be a lie. It's all but confirmed now. はぁ？やめてくれよ、嘘だろ、さやちや、さや。I just don't care anymore. The colors have faded from my world. Nishioka, that guy?
The great serve goes and the racket bid.
Why does it have to be him? Some fans were getting so angry that even the car guy had to come in and defend Saya. Things got so crazy online that Saya eventually had to put out a statement on Twitter. To all my wonderful supporters, I wanted to share some personal news with you that you may have already seen in a few reports. I'm currently in a relationship with the professional tennis player Nishioka Yoshihito. We both look forward to nurturing our bond and supporting each other in the days to come. Your continued warmth and encouragement would mean the world to us. Nishioka also put out a statement saying the relationship was getting pretty serious and getting mad at people for posting the racket-breaking clips. Look, maybe you're still not convinced that Saya getting a boyfriend was a big deal. But you know who was convinced? Weather News Live shareholders. Their stock fell like 10% overnight. Saya lost a ton of followers in the same period. And when she finally showed up on screen after Wimbledon, there was chaos. The chat wouldn't stop spamming tennis balls and Nishioka's name on screen.
引き続き温かく見守っていただけると嬉しく思います。今後ともどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
This whole situation is obviously completely foreign to people unfamiliar with East Asian idol culture.
Right.
Western celebrities are free to have romantic partners,
Right.
and the only time it'll make the news is if there was like cheating or if their boyfriend went
Right.
on a podcast or
Right.
something.
Right.
But in Japan, this is normal. Fans are less interested in idols who are in relationships, so idols are expected not to date. It's not written in their contracts, that would be illegal, but it's clearly an industry norm. Now, is Hiya Masaya an idol? It's easy to reject this premise and say, no, she's a weathercaster. But it's undeniable that Weather News Live is only as successful as it is today because of how they've involved attractive young women in their business strategy. Every year, the company holds auditions to find the cutest new talent to hire. They know what the fans want. However, this approach inevitably subjects the casters to intense scrutiny. There is certainly more depth to Saya than just the adorable otaku character she's expected to portray on screen, but because of how Weather News encourages these parasocial interactions, with the expensive merchandise, the air purifier, and the cute clips on their official channel, the now 29-year-old Saya isn't even allowed to make basic life decisions without causing a massive scandal, and that's not fair. The men who were upset with her are called jakusha dansei. They're vulnerable and lonely men, and they feel like Weather News Live specifically targeted them with their marketing. They actually made up a new word to describe this. It's called jakudan eigyo, and it means business exploiting vulnerable men. And it's unfortunate that they feel exploited, but they shouldn't direct their anger at Saya. The biggest scandal that erupted from the no dating rule happened in 2012 when a tabloid magazine reported legendary AKB48 member Minegishi Minami slept over at a man's house. The blowback was honestly insane. Minegishi was immediately demoted to trainee status within the group, and within 24 hours had shaved her head in penance and was made to post an apology to the official AKB48 YouTube channel. It made headlines all over Japan and in the West too. There are honestly so many other no dating scandals involving female idols, but it happens to male idols as well. When heartthrob Fukuyama Masaharu announced his marriage in 2015, the stock price of his talent agency Amuse fell 9%. Although it feels like a relic of the past, it doesn't seem like the no dating rule is going anywhere anytime soon. Last year, amidst a different AKB48 no dating scandal, the group's director, a former idol herself, Mukaichi Mion, made a sympathetic statement on Twitter saying it might be time to get rid of the no dating rule and that she would speak to management about it. But a lot of fans seem to be upset with this idea. They didn't want the no dating rule removed. And the results of this poll show the same sentiment. The backlash to Mion's statement about rethinking the rule was so bad that the next morning she was forced to put out another statement saying that she misspoke and that after speaking with management, actually there is no dating rule and that group members make their own decisions. When it comes to Saya, the line between weather reporter and idol has clearly been blurred. While it's easy to envy the financial success that must come with a position like hers, the psychological toll of living under such public scrutiny must be immense. A woman getting a boyfriend should not be the news of the week or some sort of scandal. Put yourself in Saya's shoes. Imagine how stressful this must have been. You can't go public and say you have a boyfriend because your fans have developed some image of you. You're in another country with him and people still catch you. Your fans are enraged and through no fault of your own, your company loses tons of money and it makes headline news. All of this 2 days before your massive fan meetup event. Oh yeah, I still have to talk about the fan meetup. So, as you could imagine, everyone online thought the fan meetup was going to be a catastrophe. Image board users were amalgamating salty fan tweets, and they even found the car guy parked outside the venue. I even caught wind of this as it was happening and tuned into the broadcast to see the chaos. But actually, it went a lot better than expected. Yes, the audience turned out to be 90% men, mostly in their 30s and 40s. And yes, 20% of the seats were empty, most likely in protest. But aside from that, things went pretty well. When all the casters were being introduced, Saya got memed on a little bit.
続いての方、ネットをいろいろお騒がしてすいません。温かい感じでお迎えください。宮野さやキャスターです。
The fans honestly did a great job supporting her. That wasn't the only time they memed on her though.
続いてのキャスターはいくら丼ではなくウィンブルトン。あ、違いました。はい、宮野さやキャスターです。
なんていうのかな、テニスのようになんていうかこう。
In the end, the event came to a close without a hitch, and that's kind of been the theme since. Saya still works for weather news, the negativity has mostly died off, and things are back to normal.
Yeah, this is a very interesting part of Japan. To everyone watching this video, please have an open mind to hear what I'm going to say. Remember, I am not Japanese, I'm American. I live on the other half of the globe. I always found it weird that a lot of Asian societies or countries, and specifically Japan, have a culture in which a lot of their entertainment industry, a lot of its revenue comes from the fact that people can date their idols. Because even since I was a kid, I remember hearing stories of an idol who got caught having a boyfriend and their whole lives were ruined because they got into a relationship. And me as a Western person, it's like, why is it such a bad thing for a person to make a personal decision about their own life? Then I realized a lot of, specifically entertainment in Asian countries, specifically Japan, a lot of the revenue comes from fans having the fantasy or the possibility of dating their idol. And it does seem a bit exploitative to me, but we do have a similar kind of industry in the West, though it's marketed a bit differently. Of course, if you're a beautiful woman or a beautiful guy, there's going to be lots of fans of yours who want to date you. However, like mentioned in the video, dating someone in the West is a lot more normal than dating someone in the East. I do partially blame the Japanese industries for creating a format like that because it is very exploitative. You're preying on the vulnerability of men who probably don't have girlfriends or probably never had a girlfriend, probably awkward, doesn't have much friends. I mean, you're making money off of their desires for intimacy. I think partial blame is on the industry. But again, a big problem I have is that if you're a man, you should know that dating a celebrity is pretty much almost not gonna happen at all. I think for most people, it's better to find someone in your local area, someone around you, than to hold on to the dream of dating somebody famous. And to me right now, since Japan is facing a crisis of people not getting married, I think it would have been a healthier idea, at least nowadays, to start portraying celebrities as married couples to kind of enforce or to promote the idea of starting a family. Because if you're a single guy who has a problem getting a girlfriend, I don't think companies marketing women either in the pop or idol industry or the weather industry, marketing them in a way where men feel like they have a chance of dating them, I don't think that helps the overall problem with Japanese not having kids at all. I think if you're a man, you shouldn't obsess over any idol, any celebrity. I think you should work on yourself and you should learn proper social skills and find a girlfriend around your local area, because all she is fantasy. It's a fantasy. You want something that's probably not going to happen. And honestly, you should get someone who's on your level, someone who can bond with you, someone who relates to you, because her industry and her life is a lot different than the average Japanese person. Either way, I'm happy for her. I thankfully ended on a good note, but I think she should be allowed to have a boyfriend. And I think that Japanese idols who are men should have girlfriends. I don't think that your career should stop you from pursuing happiness, but that's just what I think. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So if you guys like the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, also hit that bell as well. Get notified whenever we post a video. Hontou, arigatou gozaimasu. Mina, kiyotsukete. Ja ne.
Bye.